Good evening, Lacrosse fans. Canby High School, Oregon High School Lacrosse Association, promotes good sportsmanship by participants and fans of all athletic events. Sportsmanship is about respect for opponents, officials, teammates, coaches, especially for the game itself. Boom! Negative fears or derogatory comments directed at individual team athletes, officials, or coaches is prohibited.
The other one longer? Does it matter? The other one's shorter. This one I got is shorter.
Your refs for tonight's game, Tom Johnson and Harry Booth and Ryan Newman.
I've already expressed my displeasure. Oh, she's on center down there? Yeah. When she's done, we'll go.
Will you please rise and leave your house for the national anthem sung by Taylor Ward.
Good afternoon, sports fans. Welcome to Canby High School, the site of today's Oregon High School Lacrosse Association action. We've already had the Cascade Cup Championship here just a little while ago. OES, Oregon Episcopal Schools, beat Century 10-5. This is actually the all-star game. This is players from teams pretty much all over the state, teams that didn't make the Cascade Cup Championship or didn't make the finals championship. We're going to bring you today at 5:30 between Jesuit and West Lynn. These two teams, one team is called the Red Team. They are to our left, and their head coaches are Henry Ling, who was the coach of the year in the Columbia Conference, and John Cummings, who was the coach of the year in the High Desert Conference. The white team is to our right. Their head coaches were Brian Wood, the coach of the year in the Northwest Conference, and Don Lindsay, the coach of the year in the Southwest Conference. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Working with me, my broadcast partner, Dave Sanford. And Dave, this should be a pretty good match. These are all all-star kids.
Should be an exciting game and a great opportunity for kids from all over the state to showcase their talents. The way these teams are selected, all conference voting has already happened in Oregon. All state voting has not happened yet. The number one vote getter at each position in each conference was invited to participate in this game, assuming they're not involved in the championship game, which is coming up next. Then whether if they were not available, the league went down the list of nominees. So what you're seeing is the best players from each conference competing together.
There were just a couple of players who weren't able to make it, and Canby High School filled that in. So there's, I think altogether there's 3 Canby players who will be playing in this game. Thanks for joining us here on Oregon Sports Beat. It was an exciting game in the first match today with Oregon Episcopal beating Century 10-5. Oregon Episcopal outscored Century 6-0 in the second quarter to put that game away. We're introducing the players for all these teams. Is this a chance maybe for some of these players maybe still thinking about a college, somebody else to get a last look at them before the time to make those decisions?
It could be. We've got a pretty diverse selection of players in this game. There are kids committed to go play at the Division I level in college. There's kids going to small Division III schools. There are kids going to play at club programs like the University of Oregon. There are a lot of juniors here. There is one freshman, Justin Barber, out of South Eugene. He is number 1 on the white team, a potential, future breakout player here. Cash Groves, the sophomore face-off guy from Lake Ridge, who we saw the other night, is also in the game. Ari Villano, a sophomore from Summit on the red team. He is number 9, also a midfielder. And Camden Schnebley, a sophomore midi out of Lincoln, who we saw earlier this year when Lincoln battled Central Catholic. So there's some young up-and-coming talent. And, this can be a real catalyst for some folks who maybe aren't as exposed as others to get some recognition.
I want to thank Canby High School for their hospitality today. Great facility. All this is brought to you by the Oregon High School Lacrosse Association. Their Commissioner Paul Schlesinger sitting across from us. We're headed out. The red team will be to our left. They'll go left to right. White team will be in the white with the red numerals, and they will move from our right to our left. Have a player for you to watch.
Who's that?
And it is the face-off guy for the red team. He is number 30, Thor Jackson. He is a senior at Central Catholic. He won, I think the final stats at the end were something like 85% of all the face-offs he was involved in. Big, strong kid.
Thor is going to be facing off at the University of Oregon next year. Pretty heavily recruited kid at a variety of levels who decided that he wanted to stay in state, and they are, from what I hear, very happy to be getting him.
Central Catholic goalie is in this game. That's John Nesbitt. A couple of Lincoln players I saw during the year. You mentioned Cameron Schnebley. Also, Alexander Lahamadou from Lincoln. We got players who played in the semifinals the other night from Grant. Elliot Fee, who had a couple of goals for Grant in that game. Also,
and he'll be going to Dartmouth, so I'm sure that he'll be showing out here in his last experience in Oregon.
Jason Slicker for Grant, and Austin Yu for Grant.
Yeah, Jackson is headed to UMass Lowell, and Austin to Colorado College, a great. I can't remember if they're D2 or D3. I think it's D2 in Colorado Springs.
Here's our first face-off, and that is Thor Jackson for the red team. All right, we're going to call these the red team and the white team, and that's exactly how they're dressed. The red team is in the red jerseys with the white lettering. The white team in the white jerseys with the red lettering. Just underway, 4 12-minute periods.
Number 25 on the white team, that midfielder is another great player to watch, Hank Vandenbrake, who is the number 1 midfielder for Newburgh this year, who topped off a pretty great season under Coach Brian Wood. He has a real pretty shot, and he is a graduating senior as well. Not sure what his college plans have ended up being, but real pretty with the ball in his stick.
The thing I like about this game,
and there he is right off the ground. Good take.
Shot it wide left. Thing I like about this game, players today are from 25 different teams.
That is one of the biggest, the biggest things about this game. It's not necessarily, like the top 30 players ranked by some algorithm, but to really give a diversity or a diverse approach and showcase great players from around the state.
A couple of really, really good saves in there for the red team goalie, number 31, and that is John Nesbitt. I did a number of Central Catholic games this year, and he was outstanding in goal. Another block by Nesbitt. I believe is that 3 saves already just in the first couple of minutes?
Yep, that's a great move to the rack right there by Nolan Rabb, a junior midi out of Lake Oswego. He's someone who I'm sure will catch some eyeballs on the recruiting circuit this summer. And he just kind of flew right by Will Brown right there, who's a graduating senior from Beaverton. He's going to be studying to be a pilot, which is kind of awesome. Passion of his.
Kind of flicked that ball towards the net, and Nesbitt blocked it. It went out. Teams are in these red and white jerseys, but they're wearing their team helmets. Red up the right side. Number 2 out there who brought that ball up.
And Will Brown brings it into the offensive zone after a nice clearing move by Alex Hamadou. There's a cutter right out of the box. Quick goal for the red team. That is Camden Schnebley from Lincoln off of an assist from Will Brown from Beaverton.
Number 27 on the red goal. That's Cameron Schnebley. Time on that, 8:50.
Here we've got Kyler Donahue on the face-off for McNary, and in white, Porter Bradford in red, and Kyler will be headed to face off at Division II powerhouse Limestone. Porter headed to Oregon State, where he does hope to play. Great communication out of the red team on defense. Pulling the team concepts together here is always kind of questionable.
How long do these players get to practice before they have to come out and play this game? Probably not much.
I would say it must be like a solid 10, 15 minutes.
There you go.
I mean, they're just trying to keep it simple.
White team with the ball. In the corner, deflected away by Nesbitt.
Shot by Aiden Chance. Swallowed up pretty easily there. And a good outlet in the middle field. Isn't handled cleanly. We've got a ground ball scrum. Porter Bradford comes up with it. Over 100 ground balls on the season for him as a second team all-conference face-off player in the Metro Conference. Down to Maxwell Odom, a junior out of Sunset High School, playing for Advanced NDP Nationals this summer, amongst some other programs.
In the previous broadcast, Chad Stelling worked with me and the coach at Sunset, and he said keep an eye out for Maxwell Odom.
Maxwell can score a lot of goals. He's got a real pretty left-handed shot, and I'm sure that we're going to get a chance to see it pretty soon here.
Red team on the move. With the ball outside. 29, that's Jackson Schlicker from Grant. Porter Bradford and Jackson Slicker out on top for the red team. It's a great day for lacrosse. 2 championship games, an all-star game. Great putting all this together by the OHSLA. Red team to inbound. Lost the ball, picked up by White. On the run, that's number 22, Kai Hunt from Sheldon. Red with the ball back.
Red team setting something up here. Ball's spinning behind now. I believe that's Elliot Fee with it.
Fee is actually number 0.
Shot goes wide, is run out by the white team. Lacrosse All-Star games tend to have kind of a loose sort of feel to them for about the first 3.5 quarters. And then everyone remembers that even though this is just an All-Star game, they're super competitive and they want to win, and the ends always get pretty tasty.
Yeah, that happens in a lot of sports and All-Star games. Competitive spirit catches up with people at the end. White team on the run. Back behind the net. Sends it out. 25, Hank Vanderbrake. Red leads 1-0. Red team with the ball. Vanderbrake on the outside there. Back behind the net. Ball loose.
Aiden Chance from Sheldon there, picking up that ground ball.
Red team ahead, 1-0. 3:05 left to go here in the first period. White team number 1 there, that's the midfielder Justin Barber from South Eugene. Barber with the ball, shoots. Tried to skip it.
And backed up by the red team. I think maybe we need like more entertaining names for these teams than the white team and the red team, though.
Maybe in the future.
That might be something to work on for next year. There's a great outlet pass, though. Will Brown coming out of the box, bringing it up on transition offense for the red team. Loose ball is handled. And there's a take on the run off the crossbar.
Oh, hard shot off the crossbar. Trying to get who's in goal for the white team.
It's Colby Grove from Beaverton. Colby with the save right there. That rocket of a shot off the crossbar coming from Elliot Fee.
Colby Grove, a senior at Beaverton. He's in goal. Minute 50 left to go here in the first period. Red leads 1-0. behind the net.
Odom,
Red.
nice pass. Maxwell Odom to Eric Brostek. Coach's son at a Bend High School on the finish
Goal
there.
for the red team, number 4, Eric Brostek.
Red team, number 4. Time on that goal, 1:08.
Bend program had a great year this year, finishing in the top 10. Win over crosstown rival Summit, if memory serves correctly. Pretty big for them.
So Brostek, the senior, with the goal. 2-0 Red leads.
Cash Groves on the face-off win into the offensive zone for the white team. Cooper Kesey with it now, up top, as the white team gets into their substitution pattern.
32, the midfielder there. That's Tyler Canold from Canby with the ball. Hard shot, blocked. Nesbitt came down right in front of him. He picked it up.
I think the star of the first quarter is Mr. Nesbitt here. Oh, look at that outlet pass.
And that's the horn. That's the end of the first period. Our score at the end of the first period in all-star action for the OHSLA. It is the red team 2, the white team nothing. For the red team, 2 goals, one by Camden Snebley, that at the 8-minute mark, and one by Eric Brostek at the 1-minute mark.
Tell you a little bit about some more of these guys who we haven't maybe talked about yet, as we're just kind of in the break here. Ryder Story, number 16 on the white team. He is graduating from West Salem, and he will be headed to play Division III lacrosse in Wisconsin at Beloit University.
Okay.
University or college, I'm not sure. It's this really groovy school, like an hour outside of Chicago. Great,
I think it is college.
Great indoor facility. Kyler Donahue, we talked about going to Limestone. Drew Fernbacher, who is one of the people on here with no number. I'm actually not sure if he's actually out here.
He's number 37.
Oh, he's 37 on
Yep.
the white team? Okay.
Yep.
Is a pretty well looked after junior this year. Eric Ramirez from West Salem, who is a midi on the white team, number 7. He'll be going to Village Jewel College in Kansas. New D3 program starting up out there. Cooper Kesey scanning down. We saw him on the field for, I think, the first time in this game towards the end of that first quarter. Number 23 headed to Drexel in Philadelphia.
He played in the semifinals game for Lake Ridge.
Indeed. And probably a couple others who, if we don't have the info, it's not that we're trying to blow anybody off, but we asked everybody for info, and some people gave it to us and some people didn't. So doing our best. And then another interesting thing about the white team, one of their goalies, not the one that started the game, but presumably the one that we'll see in the second half, Connor Wood, is the son of Coach Brian Wood, starter over at Newburgh.
Here's the draw.
Crash Gross gets it out up front, but Porter comes up with a ground ball, brings it into the offensive zone from Beaverton.
In front.
Yep.
Off
Brostek
on a
moves it
wing,
across
turned
to
around,
Odom.
skipped the ball. Nice save.
Odom gets his lefty shot that he likes, but Colby Grow eats it up.
Maxwell Odom on the shot. Colby Grow on the save. Odom from Sunset, Grow from Beaverton. They've seen each other before. Red with the ball out on top. Shot. Spun around and shot that ball that time.
and Schnebley with the take. Red with the run out. I'll keep possession on offense here. Odom brings it in. Rejects the pick from Henniger. Henniger from Glencoe High School. And a turnover, and White comes up with the ground ball. That is number 6, Jacob Brammer out of Newburgh on the GB. And he gets the ball up the field to Eric Ramirez and into the offensive zone for the White team.
And go out on top. White team out on top. On the right side, that's number 25 of the ball. That's Hank Vanderbeek. Now out of top, that's 35, Ryan Simmons from Newburgh.
Justin Barber, the freshman, down the alley unassisted.
Goal for the White team, number 1, Justin Barber.
Red team goal. That goal by number 1. Is that correct? 1?
Yep.
Justin Garber, the time on that, 9:28.
And face-off won by the White team. Controlled by Tyler Knold out of Canby. Drew Fehrenbacher with the feed.
So it's red 2, white 1 on the goal by Garber. Barber, I'm sorry, Justin Barber. Barber, the freshman from South Eugene. Has to be a big thrill playing in the All-Star game, and you're the only freshman in the game, and you get a goal.
Yep. White team clearing up the side away from the sub box, as they should. Tyler Knoll brings it in again.
White team on the move, down 2-1. In front, the shot, yes. White team scores, makes it 2-2. The goal, number 16. Ryder Story with the goal.
Great ball movement right there from the White team.
7:43 the time on that. 2 goals in the first period for the red team. 2 goals here in the second period for the white team. Justin Barber, that one by Ryder Story. White team wins that faceoff. Two our score. OHSLA All-Star Game. Players here come from 25 different high schools in Oregon. Red team. Oh, ball went over the net out in front. Fortunately, White scooped that up.
Nice defense there by Caden Donahue to tie up that attackman and create that turnover.
Behind the net, the ball went White all the way over the top of the net. White. There's the goal. Just threw that one by the goalie.
Kai Hunt, the senior LSM out of Sheldon down in Eugene, with a nice move to the rack there.
Kai Hunt, number 22, on the goal.
Goal for the White team, number 22, Kai Hunt.
So those first 2 period goals for Red now offset by the 3 second period goals for White. Barber, Story, and Hunt with goals. White takes the ball away, comes forward. Cooper Kesey took that ball away. Kesey, the senior from Lake Ridge. Red in front, the shot. And it is a goal.
Quick transition burst from the red team after White mishandles that crossfield pass. Ends with Joseph Henniger burying it.
Henniger, the senior from Glencoe. And now we're back even at 3. Face off. White team with the ball. Number 1 there, that's Justin Barber. He has a goal in the game. Behind the net. Ball loose right in front. Goalie picks that up.
Hayden Chance trying to get his there. Makes a good play on the ride, and he gets it that way. And breaks his stick in the process.
All right, who's on the goal on there?
Number 21, Aiden Chance.
There we go. White team goal, number 21, Aiden Chance from Sheldon. White team goes back on top, 4-3. Nesbitt still in goal for the red team. John Nesbitt from Central Catholic. Red team takes the ball away, comes forward. It's number 40, Carson Bell. Bell
in his second game of the day, having just played in the Cascade Cup Championship, still making a big play with that forced turnover on Drew Fehrenbacher.
Right, I was just looking down. I remembered Carson Bell. He's a junior. He played in the Cascade Cup game.
Really good stats on him this year, in the neighborhood of 30 goals, which is excellent as a midfielder.
I'm looking back. He did score in the Cascade game. He scored the second goal of the game, so he scored in that game in front. Knocked down by Nesbitt.
Shot right there by Vandenbrink gets eaten up, and Red's back on offense.
White leads 4-3. Front skipped that. Oh, that did not go in. Fell down to the ground. It didn't cross the line. White with the ball. 1 minute to go in the first. White still with the ball. We're at 40 seconds. Spin move, dropped the ball. Went to shoot it and dropped it. Here comes red team forward. They've got 17 seconds and taken away. Nesbitt out of the net.
That's a great heads-up play off the ground ball.
Oh. Nesbitt came out of the net, tried to rush back. White team puts it in. Number 35. Ryan Simmons from Newburgh.
Second quarter, white team is 5 and red is 3.
Five to 3 now. White team leads. Timeout. So where we're at, white team leads 5 to 3. I show there's about 15 seconds left to go.
Oh, I think we're at halftime.
Oh, did we? The clock did run it. All right, I didn't see that. I thought there was somebody taking time out. It is halftime. Halftime here at Canby High School in all-star action. Our score at halftime, it is white 5, red 3. It was 2-0 red at the end of one. White outscored red in the second, 5-1.
Some transitions, some hustle plays, and really kind of controlling the pace of the game.
Here's the goal scorers for White in the second period. Justin Barber, Ryder Story, Kai Hunt, Aiden Chance, and Ryan Simmons. All right, we're at halftime. We're going to take a break here. We'll come back with about a minute to go before the start of the second half. From Canby High School in OHSLA All-Star action, our score at halftime, it is white 5, red 3. We'll be back.
Number is not the easiest to see.
Hard to follow.
What? Then?
Goalies from Central Catholic, that's John Nesbitt. And then the opening face-off was Central Catholic guy, Gore, Jackson.
You made a real all-star team out of the rest of the league, like the best players in the league, not the best players here. But out of the guys here, not really. But also just because of like the whole thing of like getting the representation from everywhere. That there are definitely a lot of guys who aren't here, but that's the thing is if you had Jesuit play against a team with
4 o'clock.
Calling me?
Great. You know, there's a ferry up there that takes you across the Willamette. Uh-huh. I tell you what ferry I've been across. I've been across one from Washington to Victoria, B.C. Yeah. Put the car on there. Right. I went from Fort Townsend to Victoria. Right. Friday numbers up there. No. Cars. They had cars on the island? No, at Friday Harbor. Oh. Could go up here during the game. Got a chalkboard. Yeah. Except for the head thing, you go up the stairs. Really?
Hello. Well, Mom, you was watching?
Teriyaki.
Yeah,
Or
is there
what?
commercials or anything?
Oh. I lived in
Yeah, I'm
Hawaii
right next
for
to it.
3
I
years.
can, yeah. Can you,
Just
Really?
3 blocks off Hawaii.
oh, they did?
Kapiolani Park, right? Oh, really? I was there 3 years. I was stationed.
No, they were talking about it. Yeah, they're right next to it. Yeah, I can't. Anyway, so this video is good enough. Can you record it? Or no? Yeah, yeah. 2 minutes. 'Cause I can't do that.
Really. And your food is empty. You would
Oh,
take a
no.
nap.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, they're down there. I'm on the
We're
blue.
playing at Kapiolani Park here.
I'm next to the announcers. They have video. Yeah, mine's going to tape and being posted later, but they're doing the live thing. looks like you lost somebody. We used to have 19, now we have 18.
Welcome back. Halftime here. OHSLA All-Star Game action. The red team leads. The white team leads the red team 5-3. It was 2-0 red at the end of the first, and now 5 goals in the second period for white to take that 5-3 lead. We don't have any multiple goal scorers, so all the goals have in fact been different players have scored. Probably the most interesting goal to me is the goal that was scored by the freshman Justin Barber for the white team to start the second period. I'm Dave Hall along with Dave Sanford for Oregon Sports Beat. Red team out on the field. Keep in mind we're going to bring you the championship game. What a game that's going to be at 5:30. That will be West Lynn, the Lions, will take on the Crusaders, the Jesuit. Both those teams won big in their semifinals. West Lynn beat Lakeridge 17-4. Jesuit beat Grant 21-4 after leading 17-2 at halftime.
Let's hope we have like a 17-15 game.
Right.
One that's fun to call. High-powered attacks on both sides.
The 2 semifinal games were big wins. The Cascade Cup game that we covered at 1 o'clock was the big win for Oregon Episcopal, 10-5 over Century. I did do a lacrosse game, a Central Catholic game here 2 years ago. It was 0-0 with 2 seconds in the game when one of the teams scored.
Wow.
Place went crazy. All right, here's our opening face-off. Red team, they will move from our left to our right. White team from our right to our left. Red team with the ball, down 2 goals. White team scored 15 seconds left in the first half. Ryan Simmons with a goal.
Will Brown from Beaverton going one-on-one with Hank Van Break there. Draws the slide, kicks it across. One more pass.
Right in
Gets
front,
under.
a shot. Oh, blocked. Both of those shots into the side of the goal. Mom goals, right?
Very good, Dave. Good hustle on the ride there from Elliot Fee.
Fee had 2 goals in the semifinal game for Grant. White loses the ball, ground ball picked up by Red. Here comes Red down the right side.
Will Brown with the run out, beating Hank Van Break down the field, comes in all the way, looking to shoot, doesn't see it, passes it back out to Elliot Fee.
Will Brown from Beaverton.
And Red gets some fresh legs.
Red with the ball, skips it. Nice block down there in goal. That's number 20 in goal. That's Connor Wood from Newburgh. Red team, I believe, has changed goalies too. I believe that's Ben Schock from Liberty. Red team with the ball. Hard shot. Nice block. You mentioned Connor Wood is the son of the head coach, the coach of the year in the Northwest Conference, Brian Wood. White on the run. Spin move. Ground ball picked up by Red.
Red with transition here. Good look
Went from
across.
right to left in front. And a nice defensive job by the goalie on that shot. Connor Wood was in the corner and just managed to stop that shot. There's the ball. They tried to shoot low, and it was blocked by a defenseman. That's Maxwell Odom, 17. Odom from Sunset.
Little miscue on the clear and a ground ball from Elliott Fee keeps it with the red team. He loses his footing.
Fee is wearing number 0. Ball picked up down the right side again for Red. That's number 29. That's Jackson Schlichter. From Grant, played in the semifinal matchup. In fact, Jackson had a couple of goals. Tries to skip that ball low. Wood with a good block. Got his stick down, blocked it. Lead pass going to be picked off at midfield.
Pretty sure he was about 5 yards offsides picking that pass off. I do believe the red team is still offsides.
I think you're right.
No, they have not. Actually, no, they just have not enough guys on the field.
Ah,
So offsides only if you have too many forward, not if you don't have enough on. It's fine.
there's a pass out to midfield. White comes forward. I thought that Red had changed goalies. I don't think that's true. I think that's still Nesbitt in goal, 31.
I think it is actually Ben Schock, 34 from Liberty, judging by the color of the helmet.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then we turned around a minute ago. I thought it was 31. Might have been 34. We'll get that clarified. But yeah, the helmet kind of gives that away. Ben Schock, the senior from Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It is 34. So Nesbitt played the whole first half. Probably Shaka played the whole second half. And he comes all the way forward. In the middle, they were trying to set up, red team was trying to set up in the middle, number 19. Harrison Jenrick.
Ground ball for Cooper Kesey. He's in the open field here. Really good athlete. Comes in, pump fake, holds up, sees the cutter. There's a shot and a save.
Kesey from Lake Ridge.
Ground ball to Austin Baker, and he brings it into the offensive zone.
4:30 left to go in the third.
Nice play right there. Camden Schnebley from Lincoln setting up Elliott Fee.
Fee with the goal cuts the lead 5-4. So Fee with the goal, the time on that 4 minutes. 5-4. White leads. You know, Dave, Red has 2 goals in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. White have 5 goals in the second. That's it. What was wrong with the face-off here?
No idea. It looks like the referee just corrected their call. It looked like the referee thought that he picked it up in the back of his stick, which is against the rules, and was running with it, but he had it in front of his stick. He set a new standard for face-off guys all across the world, appealing the referee's decision and getting it overturned.
Right in front. Oh, a block.
A loss for referees everywhere. I think that was an in the crease call, but I'm not 1,000% sure.
Red team with the ball. Alexander Lahamadou, number 2, was out there. Now he drops back. Alex Lahamadou from Lincoln. Plays on the football team, has a brother that plays on the football team too. I think his brother plays the lacrosse team. I think they both play, don't they? Yes,
Yep.
they do.
Brother is
One's
very
a
talented
freshman.
attackman. And he's going to, it's the information wasn't provided today, so I don't have it for sure on the sheet, but he's going to a pretty great liberal arts school. I want to say it's Kenyon, although I might be wrong.
In Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's or might have been Kenyon or Oberlin. I cannot remember which one, but both, you know, not a bad place to spend 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Both of them in Ohio. Red with the ball. They trail 5-4. 1:15 left to go here in the third. Shot high. Red tries to skip it down low that time. Was that Fee on the shot?
Elliot Fee getting a lot of shots in this game. I don't think he's used to getting this many shots with his hands free. He attracts so much attention from defenses.
Remember in the semifinal game where he really got real aggressive at the end of the game and got a goal?
Yep. Setting himself up for an ISO here. Gets his left, hands free. Shot goes wide.
Left-handed shot went wide right. 15 seconds left in the third period. There's the shot. Number 17, Maxwell Odom. There's the horn. That's the end of the third. Our score at the end of 3, it is White 5, Red 4. It was 5-3 at half. Mentioned Red has scored in every quarter, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. White, all 5 of their goals in the second. 5-4 our score. 12 more minutes of action left. Dave, White with a barrage of goals in the second and nothing in the first, nothing in the third.
Maybe it all has to, it's all affected by the sun and which direction the teams are going on the field. Could be. We're either way, 5-4 going into the fourth quarter.
I thought you were going to say it's affected by the tides.
Yeah. I don't think the tides are going to be affecting anything here for like 6 months. But we've got a close game going in the fourth quarter. You see Some different postures on the sideline here. Coach Wood in the middle of the white team getting them pumped up. Red team's got a little bit more of like a chill sort of attitude to it.
Is one better than the other?
Not necessarily. Strategy, although strategy in all-star games can be a thing. I was last summer, so one of the summer coaching things I do is with the now New Balance, formerly Under Armour All-America games. I coach one of the underclass teams from the West, and the Senior All-America game is a pretty big deal. It's on ESPN2, Homewood Field in Baltimore in July. And we were there, and there was, like a VIP party in the corner center. It's like this big lacrosse building at the edge of Homewood Field. And while the game had started, we dipped into the locker rooms, just kind of checking it out. Another coach friend of mine, his son was with us, so it was cool for him to get into the locker rooms at Homewood. And on one board, we saw, one team had 10 different plays and super complex high-level X's and O's. On the other board, they had a list of 30 celebrations for what they were going to do after every goal was scored. At the next break, we'll tell you which team won.
All right, Dave will solve the mystery of that. 12 minutes action left, 5-4 White leads, face off. Thor Jackson on the face-off for Red that time with the ball. Red team with the ball, down one.
Schlicker with a good look inside, but the pass isn't handled. We get a ground ball coming up the other way for Jake Lopez out of Oregon City.
White team with the ball. Right down the front, a shot blocked by Schock. Ben Schock in goal for Red. He's from Liberty.
I feel like in a big way the goalies have been the stars of this game.
Right, we haven't had an offensive explosion by anybody. We don't have anybody with multiple goals.
A little bit of a deflection there, drives that shot off the post.
Loses the ball. White ball.
Crowd didn't like that call.
Both teams substitutions. Both teams send two players off, new players in.
Red team, good ball movement.
They need a goal. It winds up the shot. Wow. Uncorked just a rocket that time. Stopped by the goalie. There's the goal. There's the goal the red team needed to get even. 5-5.
Harrison Genrich out of Bend, the LSM. Seeing some. I feel like we've had a few goals from Poles today.
The goal by number 19. Harrison Genrich, he's from Bend. We're even at 5 now. Face off, won by White. Well, Red has now scored in every quarter. Pass goes long. Ground ball still on the ground. Picked up by Red. Right on the corner of the net. Slides it under the goalie. Parked right there and slid it under the goalie. Number 8. Joseph Heiniger. I said we didn't have a multiple goal scorer. Now we do.
Elliott Fee on the assist right there, and great scramble play by the Red team as a whole, creating that turnover in the riding situation.
So 2 goals by Red here in the 4th, and they take the lead 6-5. Boy, Heiner was in great position that time, standing right at the left post. Got that and slid it under the goalie to the right.
Thor pulls that one out against Cash Groves, brings it into the offensive zone for the Red team. Looking to get to the cage. He's got his eyes up. He shoots. Save. Rebound attempt missed there.
Rebound all the way out to midfield.
Ground ball to Hank Vanderbrake. White team bringing it in for the offense. Down by 1.
Vanderbrake back out on top. Hard shot. Wound up there and just fired it from out front. That was Cooper Kesey. White with the ball now down 1, 6-5. All right, goal for White, 6-6.
Good teamwork there. Lopez gets open inside. And we've got a ball game.
Jake Lopez from Oregon City.
Kyler Donahue versus Porter Bradford on the X for this face-off.
6 minutes. Well, actually, now we're down 5 minutes, 25 seconds. We're tied 6-6.
Kyler Donahue wins it clean. Give and go.
The give and go right in front. White with the goal, number 3 on the goal. That is Kyler Donahue from McNary.
A great game goal for White on number 3, Kyler Donahue.
After a couple of straight red goals, now 2 white goals, White goes back in the lead, 7-6.
Cash Groves versus Thor on this face-off.
Whistle, ball will go to White.
Cash just thought he violated and ran off the field. But referee saw it the other way.
White with the ball and the lead. We're at 4:15 left to go here in the game. White back behind the net. We're under 4 minutes. After 1 goal in the third, we've had 4 here already in the fourth. Two for each team. White leads 7-6 with the ball. Behind the net, the shot blocked. Benchak on the block.
And red team in transition. There's a shot and a goal.
Oh, my goodness.
Austin Baker from Bend sticks it.
A red goal for Austin Baker. Number 18, Austin Baker with the goal. We're under 3 minutes. 7-7.
Wonder what the overtime rules are for this game. Sudden death.
I forgot to
Braveheart.
check.
Tie.
Do we just end in a tie?
I have no idea. And normally it's sudden death, but who knows here.
Red. We're even at 7. Clock at 2:19.
Donahue comes up with that face-off again.
You mentioned, you get down at this period of time and everybody gets real competitive. Everybody knows, I want to win.
Taking the possessions a little more seriously here.
White.
Shake and bake from Van de Beek.
Hard shot. Oh, in the net. Oh.
Tyler Donahue, his second in a row for the white team.
Donahue now 2 goals in a row to get the white team ahead, 8-7. Wow, we've had just so many goals here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in the fourth after 1 in the third. Thor Jackson to take the draw. And White wins the draw. They have the lead at 8-7 with the ball. We just ticked under a minute. Hard shot, and that's in the net. Wow, wound up from the outside and just put that in. The goal by number 32.
Tyler Canold from Holden Town,
There we go.
Canby.
Fitting enough, right? Canby player gets the goal.
Hadn't heard a nice pop from the crowd for him.
9-7 now.
Down to 24 seconds in a running time game. It's probably all she wrote. Tyler Donahue controls again for the white team into the offensive zone with Cooper Kesey, and they will probably run it out and take the victory here. Nope, Cooper wants one, shot and a save.
2 seconds, 1 second, ball loose, there it is, there's the horn. Exciting finish to the OHSLA All-Star game. White 9, Red 7. White with 4 goals there in the fourth. Red actually had 3 goals. It was 5-4 entering the fourth. So our final score here in action at Canby High School in OHSLA All-Star action, it is White 9, Red 7. It was 2-1 Red at the end of 1. 5 goals in the second for White to 1 for Red made it 5-3 Red. 1 goal for Red in the third made it 5-4, and then the 4 goals for White in the fourth to 3 goals for Red in the fourth made our final score 9-7. Dave?
Pretty fun game, back and forth. Lots of different players involved in the scoring. Some names, not as familiar to us as others. So an outstanding opportunity to see kids from over 20 different schools showcased. Overall, really just a great celebration of high school lacrosse in Oregon, and a great prelude to the championship game coming up in about 75 minutes.
All right, congratulations to Coach Brian Wood, who was the Coach of the Year in the Northwest Conference, and Don Lindsay, who was the Coach of the Year in the Southwest Conference, the head coaches for the white team, on the victory. All right, got some people to thank. I want to thank Canby High School for their hospitality, OHSLA for staging the All-Star game, picking the teams, putting this all together. Our crew here, Ellie, Steve, Alva, and Ryan, my broadcast partner, Dave Sanford. Dave, final thought?
Final thoughts. This is a relatively newish tradition. I think it's probably only the third or fourth time that they've had the All-Star game. And I think that it's just a great opportunity for, for kids from different areas to get to play with each other. Some of them get to do that in the summer and in the fall on the club circuit, but many of them don't. So, a really special opportunity. I know these kids will be hanging on to these jerseys for a while.
I like the idea of the diversity with the 25 different schools represented at the All-Star break. I want to remind you the championship action is coming up at 5:30 here on Oregon Sports Beat. That'll be the Jesuit Crusaders against the West Lynn Lions. Should be a great game. I believe Jesuit ranked number 1 in the state, West Lynn number 2. So it'll be a matchup of the guys at the top. All right, stick around for that. I'm Dave Hall from Canby High School. The OHSLA All-Star game. It is white 9, red 7. Stick around for not stick around, we got an hour and a half, but catch us back at 5:30 for the game. All right,